Hi, I'm Joan, and I thought that I would record this video so that you could see me making the bag, so you know that I make it myself and from start to finish. So I'm going to start by cutting the material. There is a couple of pieces here. We've got the main pattern here, and this is a part of the lining, which I am going to cut first because I have to cut two of these, and we'll just get started. And cut it here. Make sure there's enough room for the other piece. Cutting on the right side of the fabric instead of the wrong side. As long as I'm consistent, it's okay. Trying to get the edges straight, although as long as they're sewn straight, it isn't too inaccurate if it's not perfect. And then I make sure that there's enough width here, so I'm not cutting it shorter than the pattern. And the curve is always a little tricky. So I get it a little from one side and a little on the other side. And sometimes I cut it all on one side, but not this time. And I can see where it's going to match up. Right there. Okay. Then I take this piece and I flip it over and I use it on the other side. It's going to be a little tricky, but I think I can do it. Very close. Get started on this side. Close together, but I think I can manage. And this time we'll just go all around here. It's easier to do from this angle. And got that. And get this. Here. Into the other pattern piece there, and hold the fabric here so that I can cut off the fringe. It's over here. Yeah, it's a little more tricky than I expected. Get it later. And we'll just cut the main piece here. angle correct. It's important for the corners there because the corners help with the seams. So they need to be nice 90-degree angles. Make sure that's a nice angle here. And just cut it for the curve. Good. And then make sure we've got to get a nice 90-degree angle here. Got that. Okay. Now, move this, which is apparently not quite done. I gotta put that. And once it's free, it's a lot easier to handle. Piece. So I'm just going to take it here. That makes this much easier. Of course the pattern moves a little bit, but I can see where it was supposed to be. And having a pattern with the fabric lining it up helps. Okay, that's pretty close. And so we take that. Got the main pieces. It's a nice piece here. Worked out fine. These are remnants. Now, nice one here. This has pockets, so I need to cut the pockets. Because the fabric is this way, I'm going to make a little more allowance than I usually do. So, this is one pocket. Make sure we've got that. And there's actually a large pocket and a small pocket, but they're both the same size, so I'll show you what I do for the second one. And we're just going to cut here. That's fairly straightforward. Got that. And as I said, we're going to leave a little more allowance than usual so that we can match it up if we need to. So kind of a bit outside here. Make sure there's enough, and then I'll trim it when I get the sewing. Normally, if it's just a regular pattern where I don't have to match things, I just trim it to the exactly to the pattern. And then we've got that. We've got two pockets. That's the large. This is the large pocket. And I'm going to put a pin here so I know which is the right side, because it's kind of hard to distinguish which is the right side and which is the wrong side. They look about the same to me. So the smaller one you put here, and it's the same length as the large one, but the smaller pocket does not need as much, so it's going to cut it narrower here on this side. Go. So we have a small pocket and a large pocket on the fabric, and again I'm going to mark the right side like that. Okay, now I need to do the lining. There's an interior, well, they're all interior linings, but one of them, I get fabric that matches the main fabric, pretty much. Find where the ends are here. Where the ends are. And there is a small lining and a large lining. First of all, lining lines. This is what I think of as the inside lining, which I'm going to make two of. Pin it. And it's pinned. We cut. Okay, now I have two of these. I need an angle here. Here. These are the pocket linings, actually. And I'm going to take two of those. After I pin this to make sure that I know which is the wrong side and which is the right side. Okay, so this is the wrong side of the fabric. I'm going to put this here. And again, I'm just going to cut two. I'm going to make this longer than it needs to be so that it will, because the pocket was longer because we needed to match that. So this needs to be approximately the same size as the pocket. Pull the pocket over here and see how long this is. Yep. And so I'll make this longer. And cut it here. And then I'll pin this here, which says that this is the wrong side of the fabric. And we'll do the other pocket line the same way. Like this. Here and here. And again so that it matches the pocket. Okay, with that done, we are done cutting out the pieces. So that part is finished.